Hello, friends. It's the Cinemondo podcast. Burk and Mark and me. What do we have today?
What do we have, Mark? We have a song today. I know that.
Oh,
We have a song from the film Thalaivan Thalaivii. I think that's how you pronounce
All
it.
right.
Thalaivan
And-
Thalaivii.
There you go. And it's the song is called Pottala Muttaye, and it's sung by Sublahshini and Vivek Velmurugan.
All right.
And I think you and Ramesh, Kathy, did a teaser for this film a little while back. So this is a
Vijay
song from it.
Sethupathi. Vijay Sethupathi is a must see for me. Like, he's in a lot of the favorite Indian films I've seen, and anytime he's in something, I always want to check it out because he just brings that extra thing to it. So I'm
Right.
very excited to see him in his new movie. So hopefully he'll be in the song.
We'll see.
No
you know.
idea.
So, and I think this has been super popular. So we can't wait to take a look at it and listen to the music. So let's check it out.
Let's check it out. All right. Let me know when you're ready, Burk.
I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. You guys have to be really quiet. All right. Quiet.
Why?
Quiet. All right. Hold the work. All right.
So funny.
வாடி என் பொட்டல முட்டாயே சின்ன ரத்தின கொட்டாயே உன் குங்கும பொட்ட மேல வச்சாயே
வாடா என் அம்புலி மச்சானே என்ன
Cool,
அம்புல
Mike.
தச்சானே
Yeah.
என்ன கட்டி புடிச்சு தூங்க வச்சானே
ஊரில் கண்டதும் இல்ல யாரும் ஒன்னாட்டம் பாரி வந்ததும் இல்ல இந்த கண்ணாட்டம்
ஜோடி கட்டுனதில்ல யாரும் ஒன்னாட்டம் கோடி சந்திர உண்டு நள்ளிரவு விடிய
Sethupathi
மட்டும்
Nithya.
கெஞ்சிரனே கிட்ட வந்து மிஞ்சிரனே உன்னை தொட்டு கொஞ்சிரனே என்ன விட்டு விலகி போகிறனே ஆத்தி எத்தனை மச்சம் தேடி முத்துற வச்சோம் ஆசை கத்துற சத்தம் புரியாதா புரியாதா
மூடி வைக்கிற கல்லும் தூரம் வைக்கிற சொல்லும் தாவி அள்ளிக்க சொல்லும் இது கூட தெரியாதா அட ஆடியா
Covered in the flowers. Yep.
Flower
Hey,
fight.
fight.
Flower
They
fight.
fight. It gets-
Sometimes you kiss.
And then it gets hot. I like to watch them like
விளைஞ்சிருக்கும் என் வெத்தலை கொடி அட வளைஞ்சிருக்கும் ஒரு சன்னல் வெடி தோட்டா ஒரு கண்ணால தொலைஞ்ச ஒரு பொண்ணால வாக்கா இந்த வம்பால வல விரிச்சிட வந்தாளே
பார்த்து வளைச்ச தேக்கு உன் பட்ட உடம்பு சோக்கு என்ன குத்தும் குறும்பு மூக்கு கொஞ்சம் ஓய்வை கொடுத்து தாக்கு
என்னடி சித்திரமே இங்க நீ பத்திரமே சொல்லுடி கட்டளை எத்தனை நான் செய்வேனே
அன்புல பெட்டகமே தங்குற கட்டடமே ரத்தமே முத்தமே சாமியே கொட்டுன வரும் திக்கிறனே உன்னை கண்டு விக்கிறனே சேட்டையில சிக்கிறனே கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் மிதந்து போகிறனே
கெஞ்சிரனே கிட்ட வந்து மிஞ்சிரனே உன்னை தொட்டு கொஞ்சிரனே
என்ன விட்டு விலகி போகிறனே லே 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 லே
I'll pass on the loop on here.
நெஞ்சுக்குள்ள பூரா உன்னை சுமந்தாலும் வந்ததில்ல பாரம் என்ன இது மாயம் நெஞ்சுக்குள்ள பூரா உன்னை சுமந்தாலும் வந்ததில்ல பாரம் என்ன இது மாயம்
சிரனே 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 என்ன விட்டு விலகி போகிறனே
What's nice about that one is it's not, some of the other videos can be really sort of over the top and sort of bombastic and big and sort of loud and stuff. And this one's much more subtle and sweet. Takes place in the kitchen. You have it was just, a sweeter, quieter.
Yeah,
song,
it was a very sweet song. The song itself sounded it didn't have that. I mean, it had a groove to it, of course, but it didn't have that like in your face kind of like the ground is shaking because they're dancing so hard, kind of thing. It was like, this is like a real kind of, you can imagine if these people owned a restaurant together and they turned on the music while they're cleaning up or doing some work or something, they might sort of dance around and lip sync. It's the kind of almost like real life interjection of music into reality, because music's a part of everybody's life. I mean, most people's lives, a lot of people's lives. And those moments where you turn it up a little bit and kind of dance around a little bit, it's like that's kind of what I feel with this, as far as how the music works in this film. It's not like suddenly there's a dance competition between the British and the
but I like that too.
I mean, that obviously serves.
It's just it's a different thing. It's a different, thing.
Very different, low key. And that when you saw the shot of the restaurant with the rain outside, that's so. I got a real feel from that, because there's a lot of things about in India that remind me of Thailand. I think the streets kind of restaurants, shops, and things like that look very similar. And when I saw that, it kind of brought me back to some places in Thailand. There's some restaurants where it was raining and you just go underneath the overhang and you sit at those tables on the little plastic seats, and it's kind of hole in the wall ish, but the food is so good, and
romantic too. I think that's a romantic
and memory. There's a romance to it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
I like that they kept it really grounded, and part of it, like sometimes, like you said, it can be all graphics, and I feel like you kind of lose some of the humanity. And this movie seems like it's all about relationships and the humanity of it all, and that's very grounded. So I like that they have the real singer, like they have that sort of setup of the singer musicians. They had a setup for that, and then I like how they didn't really define it, but it looked almost like a patio, like something for in a restaurant. And they were just kind of like almost kind of goofing around, just being kind of sweet natured about it. And then they showed those animated little figurines, which were very cute, which could have been the whole video, really, because it was very cute. But they cut to scenes from the movie, so you get the dolls in acting, and then you get the humans in the movie acting, kind of taking over. And so I like that they gave you a little bit of more depth than normally some of these songs can have, or lyricals, because you're not just getting the lyrics of a song or the music or someone lip syncing or whatever. You get a whole little piece of the story, and setting the scene of it being in this restaurant and being very romantic and a little bit of conflict, but always they're in love. You can always feel like even if they're kind of like sniping at each other or throwing flour at each other, there's still going to be that moment where they just we love each other. That's just a great
running a restaurant. I mean, my impression is that they're running a restaurant together, and that is
a lot of pressure.
That's like super, super anxiety.
I've seen The Bear. I know how bad that can be.
But also it reminds me of a lot of the videos you see like on Instagram or YouTube of street food, in other countries, and you go, somebody's making this incredible food that's just on the street, and that's just like I would love to try that, and love to be there. So this movie kind of taps into that. That feeling of being at a really cool little place and having great sort of homemade food, and
it's not a fancy place. It's
not
like a fancy. It's a place that everybody goes.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that too, because when I was in India, we hit all kinds of restaurants, the nicer restaurants, the medium, but the favorite really was when it was sort of an impetuous kind of, hey, let's stop here, and you stop in and you drop in and you have this great food. It always felt like they really cared.
Yeah,
right.
I love that. Very, very like, oh yes, try this. I just loved that.
That's the best.
You remember that place?
This brings back a lot of memories. This video.
Yeah,
so
restaurants, a good restaurant and a good experience in a good restaurant, or in a unique place that you feel like is full. I mean, this sounds so corny, but if the food is made with love, you can tell. And it's like you go into these restaurants, like I mentioned Thailand, I'm familiar with the small street restaurants in Thailand. So it's one of those things where you walk in, and minute you walk in, you look in the kitchen, grandma's back there making food, you know. It's like you just walked into somebody's home, you know.
I like when I travel, I try and seek those out.
And even here in LA, I mean, you can go to these little places and there's incredible Mexican food that's made on the street or, you know, Mediterranean food. So it's in a lot of
little hole in the wall places are going to be the best.
It's so true.
It tapped into that. So the video is sweet. The
Mm.
actual song is sweet. So
really cute.
Looking forward to this movie. Which
I can't wait to see it.
Release, but it has no release date as far as I can see. But maybe people can tell us in the comments when this movie is coming out and more information about it, because it was a sweet video.
So good.
Yeah, it looks pretty fun. I like the idea of a movie about running a restaurant, even though it may be one of those sort of anxiety-inducing things as well, because I'll bet there's suspense and, you know, oh no, we're going to lose everything, and you
gotta have conflict.
There's got to be something like that in there.
Right.
And
the last episode of the first season of The Bear was one of the most sweat. It was the most sweat-inducing movie. Yeah, the scenes. Yeah, it was intense.
Yeah. Restaurants can be a nightmare, but they can also bring a lot of joy to people. And I have a friend who started her own restaurant, and it was like, you know, peaks and valleys of joy and despair, and then it sort of plateaued, you know. Now she's just knows how to do it and everything is fine, you know.
It's a tough business.
But, and the idea of making a movie about that type of thing is such a great source of story, you know.
It is, really is. All right,
thanks everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you soon.